And we are back with Border. Xhail taking on Levit8. Xhail have one in the bag in a best of 3 semi-final. Winner of this goes into the grand final of the Metal State Operator Series, where they can win a prize pool of 10,000 Rand. And I believe the split is... I'll actually get the split for you because it's not on the top of my head. But in the meantime, Jacques, let's get these bans going as Xhail is banning first.
It's a 5,000 Rand for first, 3,000 for second, 2,000 for third split.
There we go. Jacques had it on his in his mind better than I did. So yeah, 5,000 Rand that the grand final will be competing for tomorrow, and which is what these teams are playing for to get into today. And of course, Jacques and I will be there tomorrow for you. As once again, a nice little Thatcher ranked default ban for us.
Yeah, and Ossa joining the board. That's not a
Ooh.
default ban.
No,
That's an interesting
not at
one.
all.
Where would one generally use Ossa on border? I'm trying to pick my mind. Maybe on a CCTV or on a logistics take on the balcony. Maybe down below in workshop. I'm trying to pick my brain. I'm honestly not too sure about that one, but it'll definitely be an influential ban going throughout this game. Miro joining the fray, same as we had on Chalet.
Yeah, well,
We don't have to talk about why Miro's banned anymore. That's just bog standard nowadays.
I'm thinking on that Osa ban, great place to play that Osa. And possibly Levit8 knows something we don't, is those lockers and armory on that window. Put that shield down, get the vertical or upside down, repel. It's very possible. It's very interesting that the Osa's done. Valkyrie, that was a ban I expected to see come out in Chalet. And obviously we didn't see it come out in Chalet, but now it has happened. I think Xhail realized Levit8 loved playing that Valkyrie and the power that the Valkyrie and the info of those cams can bring.
I mean, I'm mildly confused by the Valkyrie ban. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good ban. I'm not debating the idea of a Valkyrie ban in of itself. I'm thinking back to Chalet and how well Xhail were actually able to deal with the Valkyrie. They brought out the IQ, they shut down the Valcams. Sure, there was some C4s from the floorboards getting some kills, but all in all, they were able to shut down the Valkyrie quite well. Maybe this time, their team comp doesn't really allow for a Valkyrie in their lineup, so they're saying, okay, we'd rather just ban out that Valkyrie. Whatever it may be, they said, we don't want to deal with that operator anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what I was thinking is there's a possibility that the strategy that Xhail has planned out for Border is different to the strategy that they had going for them in what's it, Chalet? So, you know, in this one case, they don't want to be bringing out the Ike every round just to deal with the Valcam, so ban the Valkyrie out.
Yeah, easy as that. Now, Xhail on their defense, opting to go for Armory first. Jam on the wall. And I believe the Cade Electroclaw will be placed down below, as it usually is in the stock area. But, oh, look at this attacking lineup. It's a Monty. It's a Glass. It's a Ying. What does this tell you? Well, quick bomb plant.
Smokes and flashes, that's what that tells me. Smokes and thermal sights, flashes to blind them, shield to protect that defuse carrier. Like I said, a quick bomb plant. Did not see the Ying and the Monty come out in Chalet. We did, of course, see email on that Glaz, and this time it's Vimiendo who has subbed in on Levit8's side. Not too sure. I absolutely have blanked out on who he subbed in for, but that is a new player on the Glass, so it's not going to be AML this time, although AML has managed to get rid of Skippy, get rid of that Maya and those magnets, just going to leave a little bit more space for utility to come flying into sight. And you can see Monty is stuck on this back office door. They're looking for that quick push through. Monty going to go in, fuse behind, put the plant down. Mimiendo securing the window, securing the crossfire, probably going to pop some smokes, and there we go. That's not even a smoke, he brought grenades this time. Goes for grenades, first one gets eaten up by an ADS, second one goes through. Doesn't connect with anyone of importance, but I'm sure some utility was taken out. There's the smokes down though. Mimiendo is going to be able to defend, although he's getting just spammed through the smoke. Jamesky goes down, and Levit8's plans fall apart.
Xhail did their homework. They brought enough on my discs and Jaeger ADSs to shut down the throwables, but you don't need throwables when you even get the Monty down just through a smoke canister. Falling one by one, but God still isn't out. Xhail still haven't faltered in their objective, but they're losing men very quickly. They need to shut it down.
Oh!
and get some kills of their own. That's how you do it. Swing with the SMG-11 into the angle. Shock to join. The SMG-11s are making it sing in this map. Oh, and the shotgun to follow.
He can use
It's just
any
Mimiendo.
gun at this point, and as long as he is playing one of those SAS boys, he can do whatever he wants, apparently. Mimiendo, the last alive, pushing in now with his own SMG as he's looking to get 2 kills. There's, I believe, the Bearing 9 taking on the SMG-11s. I could be wrong about that being the Bearing 9.
The SAS boys doing it as casually as one would chat about tomorrow's rain. Have a bit of a teacup and, well, a gun to follow through.
I thought that was the end. I thought, oh, he's seen the shotgun. Mimiendo is just going to get that kill. Shotgun goes, he rushes through. I don't even know. Maybe the shotgun was the classic bait and switch. Like, look at my gun, push onto me, and then the crossfire, which Xhail excels at from what I've seen. Crossfire too strong. The SMG-11 in the hands of 2 players who seem to be very comfortable with that gun, which is not that easy a gun to use. And they seem to just be flying through the match with them.
Yeah, Smoke pulled out a Rick and Morty there. Hey, look at me, I'm Mr. Mute. Well, from the side, he just shuts him down.
Attackers need to locate and
Bait and
defuse
switch
bombs.
coming out, and Xhail take the round off of it. A great comeback from a 2v5 position. Sure, the Monty was down throughout most of it, just sitting there, feeding out, waiting for his team. His cries unanswered. Into the dark night he will go. Oh, so sad for him, but while his team was struggling in the meantime, Xhail really holding strong in that one. I said it earlier into the round. They were losing men, but the objective hadn't fallen yet. That's your main play when you're playing into something like that, where you just say, okay, you might be dying, but you don't have the bomb down, you don't have the sight, and we're going to swing into you and click your heads.
Yeah, and once that Monty fell, obviously there was no shield that could just protect the heads of the teammates, protect that plant, and like I said, the objective not falling, Xhail was comfortable for the most part, and even at the end of that, those 2 players that were left, just, I believe it was Siggy and Skippy, played around it perfectly. They didn't give any easy kills to Levit8. I mean, 1 or 2 risky peeks that worked out in their favor, that could have shifted the map in Levit8's favor, but for the most part, they very much played that site really well and used the space available to just try keep Levit8 from having an easy time getting onto the objective and getting that pressure through getting a defuse down. And obviously, it just didn't work out for Levit8 with the Monty going down so early on in that push through. But now Jameski is getting a lot of value out of the ace, at least on the drones. No more shield, he's got that AK in hand. And the ability to remove the hard walls if needed. They are going to try to get this vertical control and put pressure onto the downstairs from above.
Harper highlighted it there earlier. They fully invested into reinforcing off the walls into ventilation from workshop. That's telling me there's a full open wall between bathroom and workshop. And indeed there is. 3 defenders sitting inside of workshop. Yes, there's a jackal. Yes, they've been droning. But they're just waiting. Walls are starting to go open. The jackal things are coming through. Shooting on through the wall, but without an answer back. Just sitting and waiting. Dan might do something quite foolish. He's choosing it better not to. Jackal clutching at straws, but he doesn't know. Right on the other side of that plywood, there's his needle.
Well, we are about to find if the hammer is better than the needle as Mimiendo swings on through and Dan goes down. He did see those footprints. He did get that color cue that those footprints were relatively fresh. This man's running around right now. And unfortunately for Dan, Mimiendo comes out on top. The Jackal actually having some value on that upstairs and clearing that roam. This puts Xhail in a little bit of a disadvantaged situation. As you said earlier, they left that wall between bathroom soft, which means now with armory control in the hands of Levit8, they can get control of that workshop hatch. They can put that pressure down onto those servers and actually push the defenders back towards that soft bathroom wall and then just an easy opening onto site. Although it does seem that Levit8 right now is focusing more on the Teller's side. As we saw James earlier throwing out his hard breached gadget to try to get that wall open, and They're still just sitting in this reception waiting room area themselves. Jameski, in the meantime, while I'm saying that they're just sitting in waiting room, actually gets on the side, gets the diffuser down. Post-plant situation is just Trilo left alive.
Levit8, they force the hands of Xhail. Bomb goes down and Tilo trying to go big. Finding some shots, peppering on through, but now he's sitting isolated. Trying, waiting, but Cloud shuts him down. He tries to go big. Well, he just goes home.
Just catches the Blackhawk and leaves. Oh wait, you're not allowed to board the helicopter. I'm sorry, I forgot. Sorry. Gets taken out instead. Bathroom Tellers once again. Xhail going to try that slight defense again. I wonder if they're going to try the same strategy with that bathroom wall soft, extending out into workshop. Although maybe they have learned that Levit8 actually didn't really care or put too much pressure on that bathroom wall. A lot of Levit8's that came in Taylor's side, and we start to see them shifting their focus onto that side of the map. We haven't really seen that kind of adaptability from either team so far. Xhail in the previous map was just really good at being everywhere all at once rather than kind of adapting to what Levit8 was bringing. Now there's a chance for them to kind of learn from the previous defense, and I think this is the first time we've actually seen a lost site go back to again in the previous map. Whenever they lost site, they would go to a different site.
It is an interesting choice because they're playing the exact same strategy. Xhail, when they did this last time, Levit8's answer was, okay, we see you have this very complicated strategy set up in ventilation and workshop. Well, we don't really care. We're just going to take top floor. We're going to take square. We're going to push onto the bomb side. We don't care about the west side of the map. That's just you. You do you. If you want to build a castle, well, go for it. We're just going to blow like the wind and all your foundations will crumble. Are they going to do that again, or do they actually play into Xhail's defense this time? It seems like, at least this time, a bit more of a west side take, not focusing as much just yet on that top floor, but still might prove to be what is happening.
It's definitely seeming to work out in Xhail's favor at the moment, with Nook and Sledge moving into custom. Wow, that's obviously on the side that Xhail is putting a lot of pressure at that workshop side. So if Levit8 actually tries to push into workshop, they might be in for a little bit of surprise. This droning, though, could give them the information needed. They now know that ventilation, that wall between vents and workshop has been reinforced, which means they know that they are playing out of workshop once again. They didn't adjust their strategy. Stiggy is actually going to try to be hyper-aggressive here and push customs himself. Cloud has found Skippy in the meantime and might not be the best, as that Warden could have been invaluable. Not too many flashes on the other side, so Warden actually would have just been another gun.
Oh, he is just dancing through these angles and avenues, not seen at any point there. I don't know how he snaked his way in there. Well, he shuts them all down. Levit8 with a knife flawless around, and they just took everything that Xhail gave them, and they played with it. It was fully castled off into visa check. They said, okay, cool, we've got that now. And then they pivoted. They shut everyone down in workshop. That's how you play it.
I don't know if you saw the little bit of BM happening in the chat there. Was James saying maybe try vents? But, I mean, a BM comment from James, but possibly also a comment that Xhail might want to look at and be like, maybe this extension that we're trying here just isn't working out right now, because Levit8 just seem to be either avoiding it, and when they do play into it, they're kind of just coming through and absolutely destroying it.
Yeah, so they're going to go back to their home turf, up in Armory and Lockers, and last time it was a bit of clutching at straws, let's put it lightly. 2 SAS operators were left to clutch it back up, and they did. It was well done. But you never want to be in that position. You want it more solid and more comfortable. So for Xhail's side, I want them to actually show face, get some early kills. Don't just be at the behest of Levit8 like they've been throughout this whole map.
5 seconds left.
Levit8 aren't going to be trying the Monty strat this time around. They learned their lesson. James on the ace with the Selmas. Possibly they're not even going to go from that office approach this time around. They'll go try to put pressure on that armory wall, is what I'm assuming is going to happen. Clout gets an early kill onto Skippy, who given the timing of that kill, I'm assuming Skippy was trying to get a sneaky run up, trying to get a early spawn peek going on, or actually it looks like Clout was just playing out in the archives area and just got absolutely smacked as Clout walked down the corridor.
Trinoc, I don't know if you remember the ROG Invitational. The very first game we casted together on Clubhouse, we were uncertain of how well Phoenix is going to do about this new star player, Clout. And he showed us what he can do. Well, here again, he showed up in the server. 7-1, Hulo to shut one down. Miendo goes down, but this is Clout's game, and he's showcasing what he can do.
Yeah, he's definitely seeming confident, seeming in control of his game. He's got that look right into archives, right through office. He's got the long angles. He's got nades available as well if needed, and he can give his team information. A lot of Levit8's attack seems to be resting on his shoulders at the moment, and map control is slowly being established, slowly getting control of the eastern side of border. Tilo takes some chip damage on the other side of the map, so not only do they have to worry about, although the C4 is huge and he finds Deception, puts his team in a favorable position. Clout almost gets taken out as well. You can see he took a little bit of damage from that battle. Jameski now, with the help of that EMP grenade, going to open up office wall or archives wall so that they can get a plant on. Let's see how Xhail responds.
If an uninitiated were to look at this round compared to the previous, they would think it's a completely different game. Are we even still playing Siege? It's played out in a completely different way. There's no Monty, there's no Cytec. They're all just dying outside. Good answer back from Xhail with the long angle, but AML, he can come to the fight as well. They have to strong arm this now. 2 players up onto 3. There's an avenue onto the bomb side, but it's going to be a difficult ask. Long angles being held as well as 1 player lurking down below. It's where the rubber needs to hit the road. There's a default plant spot open and available. Out is on his streak of death, but Hulo to find another. It's just looking oh so unlikely. Oh, it's a needle into 1. This is where you now start to look for stragglers. He's got the bomb, and he knows there's at least 1 more on the bomb side. Where the other is, he probably doesn't know. Looking for anything. Scraps. Silver medals. Long angles being held, and he knows it's in his hands. He needs to make a move. He needs to push up, but it's Stiggy to push through and find the closer.
There wasn't much Cloud could do in that situation. I mean, if you saw that hatch was open in archives, which meant if Cloud tried to just put a defuse down there on that soft floor, it would have been heard by the Kayit downstairs. He would have been able to just spam through the floor. He would have been able to give the sound cue to the man over in lockers to just peek on out. And like I said, those long angles proving to be very deadly and very effective for Xhail, as they happened to just stay on site for the most part. And like I said, lock down Levit8 before they even could step foot on. Once they opened up that archives wall, the long angles just made sure that that was a new wall that Levit8 had to deal with. I mean, AML and Clout did their best, and you saw Hopper there just showing us that Clout's come out with 8 kills. He's having a terror of a game. He's a terror for Xhail, and just not able to tug his team along with him at the moment. So let's hope that Levit8 can pick it up, can meet the game that Clout is bringing.
The thing I need to commend most of Levit8, but more so Xhail for, is their ability to save over. What that means is, even if they don't actually show aggression, they're saying, okay, we're gonna push this. They're showcasing to the opposing team that you need to feel pressure. They might not get the kill in the drone work. They're double checking things. They're making sure every avenue is crossed down. And yes, that's well done from Levit8. That's something you need to do. It's also showcasing towards Xhail's side how well they are maneuvering around this map and making it difficult for Levit8 to know exactly where they are.
We saw that in Chalet as well. Xhail just kind of being very unpredictable, very much. The stream does go live again. Apologies for that drop. We are just had a bit of a technical issue there, as Xhail and Levit8 are going to take it on. Otherwise, Harper, if you could just ask for a pause while we see if stream comes back on, so we don't miss any rounds after this round. Obviously not now. Or just tell them that we're going to pause after this round so that they're aware of it. That would be great. And then Jock, yeah,
Yeah.
you can go.
I mean,
Sorry,
they're-
I'm
they're-
looking at what's happening.
They're playing an adaptation of what Xhail did on their defense. Of course, they're also spreading out their defense into workshop. That's what you do. But they're not doing it as all in as Xhail did. They put all their chips on the table, said, okay, our main focus is going to be that workshop. Levit8, they're spreading it out. They're also in Visa, they're also in top floor. They have that solace. They can see where the drones are coming from, know where the attack will eventually ensue.
Oh, I lost you there, Jock. I don't know if you stopped talking or if you just cut out.
I believe I just cut out.
No worries. As Xhail going for a similar attack to the first round of the match, going to open that archives door, getting into archives, trying to get some vertical control. Levit8, let's see what they do to respond to this. You do have Dan finally entered the building, so you can start putting that vertical pressure on. Cloud downstairs, down below, will find himself in a little bit of an awkward situation, especially if Shock can get those pucks going and dropping those grenades down and causing a rain of fire upon the defenders.
Oh, but if you could just focus on the solace here, I want to see where he's playing around, because his intel being fed to the team is going to tell them where they need to focus. Now that they've taken top floor, you can see, okay, they're droning, okay, they're using line EDDs or Iana Geminis. This intel is oh so pivotal. They're not really capitalizing on it just yet. AML's fallen by the wayside, and we've essentially given top floor to the attackers. The fuse pucks are going to go down. Going to put pressure onto the defenders down below. Tick, tick, boom. No kill just yet, but making their hearts pound at the very least.
Okay, stream is back live, but obviously a 2-minute delay. So you're hearing this 2 minutes since the past, or I'm in the future. And welcome back. Sorry, yeah, sorry about the stream going down there. We only missed the end of the last round. We're currently in the middle of round 7 of the next half. Xhail on the attack. No real trace to talk of just yet, although Tilo almost gets taken out, trying to just throw that frag out, get rid of that castle barricade. It is Mimiendo hanging out in Tellers, and obviously Harper, no need to pause because we're back.
Oh, the Solace P90 in hand. It's a bit of a pea shooter, but if you tap ahead, you still find a kill. Nades coming on through. An inch away from death, but well, it's only kill confirmed when he's out for the count, stone cold on the floor. The diffuser is being planted, seemingly uncontested. Solace in the corner, you could see and even hear the plant going down, so I'm a bit confused why they didn't try and do anything about it. Maybe they tried and they just weren't able to. The castle barricade being ripped, that's gonna give a call out, surely.
Position compromised.
Super trade. Headshot for headshot. Does not benefit Levit8. Clout now on the Jaeger is upstairs. He can't see the box. He just needs to drop down and try to get the long arm. But he knows that there are two players wanting his head, wanting him dead. And he's only got a sliver of red. As he's just hoping to catch someone unawares from above. Just looking and just not going to go for that attack in the end there. He lets it play out, knows there's not much he can do. And like he said, that Solus could definitely have heard that diffuser going down. I think he was just worried that he was going to get taken out from the window. We did have two of Xhail's playing in meeting area, playing in that waiting room. And if he crossed the window to try to do anything, he may have not come out with his life. And in the end, he didn't come out with his life towards the end. And once the diffuser went down, it was definitely a harder mission. Not too sure why there was limited. Now taking the fight in corridor, has pushed into office just to avoid being taken out. But the smoke sitting happily on site, has the hole open, and this is going to be it for Trilo. He takes a little bit too much damage, but he manages to come out on top. Absolutely insane deception. Should have done a little bit better there. One man hiding out in that cubby. Does Trilo know where he is? He does too! And there's another kill. Jamesky goes down, but not enough as AML has rotated all the way from east stairs up through the center. Here's the cue from the vault. Not even a vault to the window. He actually just ran through the metal detectors. So here's those detectors go off and sprays him down. The man had no health to stand.
Trinoc, I don't know if you picked up on that, but what he did to kill that mute, he whipped out the grenade. The audio cue of the pin being pulled made the mute just for that split second think, okay, what's going to happen? He was unaware. He thought, okay, maybe I should move because the grenade's going to be lobbed. But no, there's a gun to meet him. Almost clutches it out. He tries the same trick with AML. AML doesn't fall for it. He knows the gun's going to follow through, and he finds the kill. Levitate, just sit pretty.
Attackers need to
Yeah,
locate and
Levitate,
defuse as many bombs as they
absolutely
can.
huge. As we've lost the stream again, Jacques. A delay. This is going to kill my soul. But 30 seconds on this delay, and we should hopefully be back. I'm not too sure why we keep dropping, but you know, everyone can hear what I'm saying right now, so I'm just talking out loud.
No, you need to keep in mind, we're in the future.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Everyone can
We're not
hear
like them. We're
my
not plebs sitting back in the
conscious
past.
thought around the stream keep dropping.
As someone in the future, is global warming really that big of an issue?
Yeah, I'm dying of heat right now.
Yeah, the studio's pretty hot. Trinoc's been complaining all day.
It's boiling it, yeah. Now I'm a sweaty human.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
We've got some sweaty gamers as well. This is a sweaty community.
Well, I hope so. We've got to get some more competitive gamers going as the stream is back live. Obviously, we're 2 minutes in the future. Once again, sorry. See, I'm only going to apologize when I see that the stream's back live, just in case it doesn't go back live, and then I'm saying sorry to no one. But Dan is going to say sorry to Deception. How do you lose that fight? Dan, on a sliver of health, does get taken down in the refrag, but Deception, unfortunately, was taken out as well.
He's sad about that one. Types in chat, quite unsure where that even came from. But hey, you need to be aware. You can't be sleeping at the keyboard. Come on, up and awake. Boom, boom. We're not too far away from a game being finished.
What? Are you just counting down the rounds there? So it's like
Hey, gamers struggle in the
3
early
rounds
hours.
till nap time. Got it.
They're not used to being awake at this hour, but hey, Skippy, he's awake and ready. Buck at the ready.
Diffuser has been dropped.
Oh, Deception gets a
Yeah.
post-death kill with that
We're
EDD.
dealing with some sleepy boys here.
I don't know. It's just the high IQ has left us. When you said that I had high IQ, I think I just sucked everyone else's IQ along with me. Shock almost gets taken out. I'm not too sure what's going on. I think Xhail might just need a breathe as much as a breather. Oh, Jock, I'm just gonna hide under the desk and you can have it.
You're also a sleepy boy now. We're all struggling here. Gamers are not used to these working hours. Hey, Buck, left in a 1v4. This is essentially a tactical timeout. Jameski won't even allow them that. Shuts him down, and Levitate really looking strong in this round. There was the quick and early pick from the IQ, just rushing on through, but didn't prove too worthy. They made a payment, but the investment didn't yield. Levitate now, with a strong possibility and opportunity to make us go to map 3.
And it's looking very possible that we are going to see Theme Park played in the semi-final. And like I said, Levitate looks like they have finally gained momentum. They're just locking Xhail out of every opportunity of attack here. And even when Xhail manages to get the first pick, manages to get a good entry, Levitate just reorganize and
Defenders protect your
slap
bombs
back
from being defused
quite
by
convincingly. Or, I mean, like, you know, I love to just throw out defensive side of maps. Maybe Water's just a defensive side of maps.
Traditionally it is. Harper could weigh in there. He's the coach / analyst.
Give us your analysis.
Yes.
He says yee.
Not even a yes, just a
Just a yee.
Well, frost mats, they might prove worthy and useful. We've seen trap operators showing their benefit. Capcan EDD got a kill on the previous round. Let's see if the frost welcome mat can do the same. Xhail, ball's in your court. You're on the attack.
Attackers
You
must
have the
locate and
potential.
defuse the bomb.
Shut Levitate down with a quick 2-0 sweep. Not there yet, but still might prove the case. They're on the attack, so they can dictate how this round will play out. They are pacemakers. The defenders, they set up the bomb site, but the attackers choose how to play into that. They choose what speed to take. And they choose where to throw their drones and where to not. Clearly. There we go.
A succinct analysis of free will. And very proud of you for that one. It's great.
We don't have free will. We're in the future. Our past is
Oh,
predetermined.
yeah, this is true.
Because we're
If,
2 minutes
if you're
ahead.
hearing us, then we've already done the thing that we've done, which means that we don't have, we had free, we don't, but they've already thrown the drones, which means they don't have free will. No, it's gonna blow my brain. I'm just gonna talk about the now, the here and now, which is Shock and Stiggy looking to break on through into Armory. They have one defender to contest with. It is Mimiendo. He has been quite deadly with the Solus. Jamesy goes down to Dan somewhere else on the map. AK-12 coming in handy for Xhail, as they're just going to start walking on through. They're getting control of this vertical. The Jackal's got the footprints out. It's all coming together for Xhail to at least bring this back to a 5-5 and possibly take it to overtime. Levit8 also don't look like they're going to be wanting to slow down and let any of these rounds go easily.
Oh, almost finding a pick there, Skippy. Been struggling in this game, but don't let his potential be forgotten. Solace lurking down below, proving to be thorn in their side as the attackers have made quick work. They're opening up the top floor. They're looking for picks. Not map presence, sure, but you need to translate it into something. It looks like it might be the Mozzie this time, but again, someone tucked in the corner, stuck in his position.
AML is just hoping someone leaps through the window, falls into the trap. Deception, who has started to come a bit alive for his team, finds one, brings it to a 4 versus 4. The traps are still there. They still can be quite deadly. Dan might be able to clear some of them with those fuse charges. Those pups going down cause a little bit of panic for the defensive side. I only just noticed that Clout is running on the Oryx and thinking about Clout.
He tried to jump up the hatch.
I was about to say he can jump up the hatch, give someone a surprise from behind, but gets locked down trying to do it instead. So the Oryx off the table, the chance of a flank a lot lower now than it was before. Diffuser is going to go down. Stiggy is going to be able to plant it. Dan with the cover, shuts down Deception, and this is all looking good for Xhail at the moment. Levit8 only have Mimiendo to respond. He does get one. Dan goes down, but the post plant could be a bit too strong here. The crossfire is set, and Trilo does come in behind and gets rid of that last defender. 5-5 on the board, and possibly going all the way to a 6-6 if Levit8 can keep their structure that they've held up until now.
Yeah, it was a bit of a Sisyphean task there for the Solace. Not much you can do.
A Sisyphean task. I think Jacques has just gone offline.
You just
yeah,
broke my brain.
he's
Sorry.
he's done. He disconnected. He's gone.
I'm just walking away. I'm on a couch. I might just like shut down, like tip over to my side and fall asleep.
I'll just give a microphone to Harper. It's good. Don't worry.
Attackers need to locate
Yeah, your voice is just too soothing. Some ASMR in my ears.
Oh, it's a bit grumbly today because I woke up this morning feeling like Azami was throwing her knives at my throat. As did you know Envy's playing Rainbow Six Siege at the moment?
I do not. That's an interesting.
I know, it's crazy. And also Levit8 and Xhail playing Rainbow Six Siege at the moment. 5-5 upstairs
We
once
did say
again.
map 2 they're gonna be playing Rainbow Six Siege.
5-5 upstairs once again. They go. Xhail to try get this map. They haven't had a successful attack on the upstairs site as of yet.
Out. Going for the cheeky spawn peek. Tried it earlier. Didn't work out that time. Doesn't work out this time. Catches nothing. Now they know this position. He's probably stuck in CCTV for the foreseeable future as Mimiendo gets caught out. Oh my word, Clout, you can't be doing that.
Absolutely huge. Clout has been on fire this game. 14 kills, only 5 deaths. That man is stacking his KD at the moment. Mimiendo did fall, so it's not entirely in Levit8's favor just yet. Stiggy, if he had just shot through the wall, I would have been very suspect and asked for those moss files, because that would have been a pick of note, as Clout now sitting inside security, possibly. Dan managed to see the man in fountain right before that drone was destroyed. So Xhail actually getting quite a bit of information. Are just slowly but surely trying to get in position to collapse onto site. But Levit8 is dealing with it every step.
You knew when you said Levit8's going to win that round. You know he was just going to sit in that corner, wait for him to peek, and just shuts him down in fountain. More like a bull in a china shop.
I'm just going to move on from the analogy. Jamesky, the foot was seen, but Dan didn't react, and Jamesky got a beautiful kill there. A nice kill, peek onto the corridor. He got caught unawares. Beautiful reactions. Brings Levit8 to match point. Some beautiful playing. Levit8 looking good, looking strong to take this all the way to that final map of Theme Park.
He saw the feet, but unfortunately he's not Dan Schneider.
But that's a reference.
He's not too good at shooting feet.
Still not a reference, I understand.
Okay, we are from a different generation. Did you not watch iCarly?
I mean, iCarly
Thank you, Harper.
came on.
Thank you. He is the same age as me.
iCarly came out. I mean, no, I was of the generation that could have watched iCarly. It wasn't the show I watched.
Fair enough. Hey, you were focusing on Siege. Probably for the best.
No, I don't think Siege was out yet. I was probably just not watching iCarly.
You were sleeping.
Dude,
On the cold
I
show.
wish I was sleeping.
Why are we just always reverting back to the sleeping jokes? Okay, we need to focus on the teams that are clearly not sleeping, because that previous round was some high-octane energy, and we need to be focusing on that, because that is our objective. That's what we got here. Thank you, our audience on twitch.tv/MetalState. Focus on. Solace is going to be looking out at those drones, using her extra ocular vision. There's a spawn peek as well. Mimiendo hasn't been too successful in these spawn peaks. 0 for 2, I do believe. His KD is quite good. The spawn peak ratio, not too well. This time at least, isn't going to lose his life. Opts to fall on down. Look for some more drones, but no camera feeds just yet.
He went for that run out, and of course, didn't quite find the player. I'm going to keep casting just because we are recording this now. I have started recording so that I can at least have a full match to play on YouTube. So go watch on YouTube if you want to find out what happened when we were down. Stiggy is going to put pressure onto security. Skeppy finds the Oryx once again. Clout not going to be able to jump up those hatches and get that flank. That's the second time that Clout's tried the Oryx play and just gotten shut down. And that's a danger player. That's the player that you want to get when you're getting onto the map early on. And it is going into Xhail's favor. We might be seeing that draw, that overtime here. Kanya, we are in the future. I don't know if you want to say that we are.
Yeah, I think we go to map 3.
No, I'm saying 6-6 on the score. So you're saying Levit8 are going to win this round?
I'm not saying this round, but I think we're going to map 3. That's what I want. That's what I think the entire audience wants. Yes, Clout's lost his life. Yes, he's been the playmaker for his entire team. But look at Jamesky. That is years and years this game does for you. Still, left up top, a bastion of the defense. Holding this top floor will not fall. Redlock's going to try and swing on through, but he is not ready for it. Eventually, does fall. There's another one, I do believe, on the top floor. No, it's fallen down. Full presence now for the attackers. They start work downwards. Site down below. Ventilation and workshop. Still a ways away, but a breath from death. On the top floor. Tries to see what he can do, but even on the brink of death, he can dish it out.
I was about to say, all the man needed was a breath, because that's what it took to come out on top. 4v2. This is looking like the 6-6 is going to come to fruition. 2 men left on site. Workshop is currently locked down. There is the flank coming out from behind. Shock on the Jackal. Could find himself running into AML, although he has backed off. He throws the smoke down. That's going to lock sidelines for AML. AML, while he is distracted on the other side, is not going to realize that Stiggy is putting the diffuse down. Diffuser is now locked in. AML manages to get the rotate out, trying to shut down any post-spawn opportunities, but this is a hard fight. He has 3 players to deal with. Spam coming through Workshop. AML kind of just ignores it for the time being, wanting to make sure that that player isn't hanging out in bathrooms, just ready to pop out and annoy him from behind. Now pushing for sight, pushing to get to that diffuser, but the vertical lines have been held. One man on the window, one man above, and one man in workshop. The moment they hear that diffuser start being destroyed, it's going to be over. AML sees the man above. That's one less threat to deal. Skippy goes down. He spams through into workshop as he heard the sound cues from that gridlock, but it is the man on the upside down rappel just to pop in and seal the fate, bringing us into overtime. And it is going to be Levit8 attacking on overtime first. So let's see what Xhail can do. They were strong on their defense, a little bit weak on their attack. Levit8 didn't have the best of attacks. Can they revive themselves and bring them into a favorable position in this overtime phase?
Oh, Levit8. They are back against the wall. This is Xhail's map pick. They are already down 1-0. They've proved to us they can push it up against Xhail. They can, both of these teams can go bout for bout, blow for blow. But if I was Levit8, I would have my heart pounding in my chest, because I know I'm 2 rounds away from potentially being eliminated at a chance of 5,000 rand for the first place. They need to show us what they can do. It's now or never.
Now or never. Hopefully more now for Levit8. Else it very much will be never, at least until the next league, the next tournament, the next something that happens. And as we try our best to keep the scene alive, keep it revived, we would want to see more leagues going forward. So Levit8, if you are in the never phase, stick around, hopefully. I don't know what I'm saying. Xhail on the defense, going to their strongest site so far, the Armory Archives area. And Jamesky on the Monty, they're trying the shield play again. The Ying is there. The same strategy they played on the very first round of this match is coming out. And let's see if lessons have been learned. Levit8, once again, putting pressure onto that Archives wall. Jamesky is going to get in early. They're going for this rush plant, but they have given the diffuser to the shield, I just noticed. Usually you place it on a man who's going to be behind the shield. Although Jamesky is just walking through as you can when you've got that giant bulletproof shield in front of you.
Now, usually when you've got the Monty and the backup operators behind him, you go for the main door. This time they're using the Monty as a bit of a front runner, just going into the hallway, establishing where the Jaeger is, and repelling him for the time being. They've taken, I believe, control of offices. Not yet. Dan's still up there. He's playing with the smokes in hand. Spots out the Monty, but can't do anything just yet. The hatch is open if he wants to bail on out. I do believe he's playing this till death. This is a main point of contention for Levit8. They want to get onto the bomb site, and they want the Monty to use his shield and get that bomb down. They need to deal with the smoke, and they need to deal with officers. AML finding a pick. Still.
Not only has not only has AML found the pick, but they've also seen the location of one of the anchors of Trilo, using those 0 cams and clout on the flank. It finally comes to fruition. We saw him just sneaking around customs a little bit earlier. He finally gets that kill. Memiendo gets another. Memiendo gets even one more. And Stiggy, the last alive. It seems that Levit8 figured it out. The Monty doesn't need to go straight into sight. He just needs to distract them for a little while. Now the diffuser is being placed, and Stiggy needs to act fast, or he's going to find himself in a very awkward situation. He goes for the spam onto the Archives window. No one was there, but gave the sound cue away. That allowed Yana just to swing around and say goodnight. Levit8 on match point, ready to take us to map 3, ready to take us to Kanye's prediction that theme park was going to happen.
Yeah, they're just too ready for it. They were trying to claw it back, but he was a day late and $1 short. Nothing you could do in that position. Levit8 just wash over like a wave. There's nothing you can really do to stop them in that previous round, at least. I mean, you've got a 800-pound gorilla behind a shield just saying, okay, either you peek me and you die, or I just push into you and you need to move. It was clinical from Levit8.
It's the first time I've ever heard Monty described as an 800-pound gorilla.
Yeah.
That's a heavy man.
It is. He is a mountain.
But I mean, I don't think that most buildings can support 800-pound human. How does he just not fall through the floor?
Board has quite a strong architecture. Yeah.
What?
What?
I don't know. Harper's
I don't know what
just
Harper's
on
trying to say.
another level at the moment. The defense, Levitate, taking it downstairs. Bathroom Tailors, I think they've won the site once and lost it another time. Can this be the time to win it out? As the vertical presence is being established, they've got those trap operators. They're trying to challenge the aggression of Xhail by just slowing them down, setting up in archives, going to try lock down that hatch, lock down the verticals, that move onto bathroom as well. As the droning starts coming through, Skippy may have just misdroned the man playing in security, although in the interim Clout takes quite a bit of damage. The Oryx now in security. Spoken about Clout on the Oryx not having that much of a good time with that operator, but Mimiendo might be able to do something a little bit more.
Yeah, Mimiendo, the substitute coming into this game, has really proved his worth. He's gotten some important kills, he's gotten some openers. Now, might have been find more on this oh so crucial round. He's being droned out, he's being pested from every single side. He tries to fall back, probably wisely, as Tidal Wave will follow through. Sticky and the rest of his team throwing out the grid blocks, the track stingers rather, making sure this entire top floor is dealt with. Miendo still waiting, debating on when to strike.
Ooh, Jamesky had that shotgun waiting in archives just to catch someone as they move right around the corner, unable to win the fight out. Xhail looking promising. They have health on their side, especially with Clout looking so low, even though they did lose Skippy. That's going to hinder their attempt to really get control of the vertical. No more Sledgehammer to open up the floors, and they've also got one player downstairs in the workshop just challenging them upstairs. Dan going to start throwing those pucks out, going to start getting the cluster charge into side, removing gadgetry, making it difficult for the defenders to sit down there and hopefully just open it up so that Siggy can get in with those track stingers and get the diffuser down. In the meantime, Levit8 have locked it down. They are just sitting on site and saying, come at us, bro. Ooh, shock! Manages to get Deception onto the floor with a nice little crossfire and waiting. The window man causing that bait and switch, and Xhail are capitalizing.
On every single one of the previous attacks on this bomb site, this has been the story. They just take square and they shut them down one after another. Without a question, he shoots through the wall and he just finds a kill. Look at this! Square! Pivotal position. How could you give it away that easily? The bomb gets planted and Xhail follow through. They will not let it go quietly into that night.
It's daytime.
I wish we had night.
I wish we had nighttime maps back in casual. That was the best time of Siege, was when you got
Yes.
like one of the things I love about Favela is the nighttime vibes. But
Yeah,
maybe Ubi, bring it back. Nighttime maps in casual. Like, you don't need it in rank, just in casual. That'll be right. Thanks.
I mean, nighttime as well, you can sleep. Unless you're a gamer.
Well, I mean, yeah, typically you sleep at night unless there's like 5 men with guns and stuff running at you. It's a bit hard to sleep.
Well, then the final round
Yeah.
of Border. Potentially the final round of this game. Levit8. This needs to be the one. Your entire fate in this tournament hangs on this very round. They're on the attack. They've proven their attacks can be fatal, but let's hope it's not fatal to them. And that they do not get kicked out of this tournament right here, right now.
Going to vents and workshop might just be a little bit of a troll on that earlier comment about go to vents, as they actually, again, when they played vents in their defensive half, probably their strongest side that they played. So might be a good pick for Xhail. Levit8, just you can see there some operators being swapped after they figured out the sides. James going back onto that hard support of the ace, and Clout bringing out the sledge to get that vertical control. Let's see what they can do with it. I don't know if we have seen the Dokkaebi come out, so hoping to get control of cams. AML might be able to just feed a lot of really good information to Levit8 and shut Xhail out of their sides at the end of the day.
think we've seen the doc in a few previous rounds, so it gave some good info on where the defenders were. But my question is this like some really advanced game of rock, paper, scissors? You know that moment when you're playing rock, paper, scissors against a friend and you're like, okay, but he knows that I know that I know that he knows that he's going to play rock, so I know I need to counter with this. Because Levit8, they recommended workshop to Xhail. So now maybe do they have this insane strategy that they've been saving for the final round, and do they know that we know that we're going to take workshop, and we'll just have to wait and see. But I think when you're Xhail, you need to feel a bit threatened. Because, like you said, there was a bit of banter earlier where Levit8 was like, hey, go vents. It's going to work out for you. But now if you're Levit8 again, are you going to feel bad because now you actually recommended them a good site accidentally? So many questions, and
That would.
not too many answers just
I
yet.
just want to bring it back to how big brain a play that would be. Okay, we recommend vents. We lose it really badly. Then we have to push the map. Yeah, we have to push the map to overtime just so we can thrash them on vents in the final round of overtime. We're 2 minutes in the future, and I don't think I could even see that.
Well, Yulo, they won't be giving answers to that question to us, but the EDD, that damage is going to be felt. My, oh my. Levit8 now, making their way into the map. One inside.
Ooh!
I believe it's the Aruni, and he will not have a shred of doubt in his mind. Swings on through. Stiggy as well to connect. Deception and AML, what can you do? It was banter earlier, but back against the wall. Xhail are laughing all the way to the bank.
Well, they currently laughing all the way to the workshop as Deception tries to get some spam down into the players downstairs, holding sites, hopefully just hoping to get some distraction going so AML can push on through, get the flank, keep them distracting, get the flank. But Teller's one man with a gun. It's Dan, and he has a plan, it seems. He's just going to be patient. He's just going to wait for AML to walk into the trap. And there it was. The trap was set. AML gets injured, and the swing comes on through. We are, of course, going to not see that third map, Jock. So, you know, we might be in the future, but we're not the future.
Dan's a man with a plan. He shuts them down. Xhail to find the map. Great awareness. Great teamwork. Xhail finally showing up, and they've booked their ticket to the grand finals.
Yeah, they have indeed found themselves looking to win their share of 10,000 Rand in the Metal State Operator Series Season 1. As actually really impressive last bit of defense. Again, that ventilation workshop site, their strongest site of the map, their strongest site of their defense. Their armory archive sites, they won them most of the time, but a little bit iffy. They lost it in the first round of overtime, so not the best. Then they kept going to bathroom and tellers, and that was just a nightmare for them. I don't think they won a single bathroom tellers that they tried. But that vent workshops, every time they went there, they had a astonishing round. And it feels that Levit8 may have just mind gamed this a bit too much. It may have just found themselves pushing Xhail into the best site for Xhail to play on.
Yeah, that one's gotta hurt. But when we return, it's gonna be VYBN versus Onyx. Very exciting game coming to our screens. Trinoc, you excited for that one? What do you think's gonna happen?
I'm very excited for that one, just because this is the new VYBN roster that we haven't seen yet. VYBN, of course, in the ROG3 at least, were the guys to watch. They were the winners there. They didn't do too much last year, especially with the SSA tournament. But now they're back with a new roster, and excited to see what they bring out, and excited to see what Onyx has to say to answer to VYBN. And I mean, like, most people know I'm a VYBN fanboy, so I'll try not to be biased there, but...
Of course. I mean, we all
I have
know
the hoodie.
what
They gave me a hoodie. How can you not be fans of them?
Okay, Mr. Trinoc. Well, we're going to be coming back to your screen shortly. Don't go anywhere. It's VYBN versus Onyx when we return.
All right. Just an update. If you guys aren't aware, is that we live in this country that has load shedding and rolling blackouts, is that Onyx, unfortunately, are having load shedding until 6 o'clock, and that's the only time that they can play. But in broadcast side, we're losing our observer, and we're losing Wait, which side are you? This side. That's that guy.
Yeah.
He's decided that going out with his girlfriend is more important than Siege. So, that was the most awkward thing I've done on stream today. Unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to stream that match. We will see if the players will be willing to stream their perspectives, but they are going to play that semi-final off stream. We'll find out the result tomorrow when we do stream the grand final, which will be at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So at least tune in for the grand final tomorrow. We will make sure that that game happens on stream. But the semi-final, just because of load shedding and because of all of that things that we have to deal with in South Africa, we're not going to be able to get a shot of that game. If, of course, we were able to stay that late here in the studio and I had the crew, or the crew was able to stay that late, unfortunately we're not. We would have been able to cover it, but that's the reality. And thank you everyone for watching the first match. It was actually a really amazing match. Levit8 and Xhail went at it, and I didn't see anyone hold anything back. And Jacques, do you have any final thoughts for the stream before we say goodbye?
No, just a big thank you to everyone that showed up. It's been a long time since we've had coverage of local Siege games, but everyone showed up, and thank you for the good positivity in chat and everything around it.
Yeah, I appreciate.
It's good seeing you, Trinoc.
There's like an echo of you because the speaker's on in the studio. So, yeah, great to see you too, Jacques. Obviously, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great evening. Hope everyone who watched the stream, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Siege in South Africa. Thank you for supporting Male State Operator Series Season 1. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for that grand final, where it will be Xhail taking on a to-be-determined team.